Hey everybody! So we will be talking about religion's effects on Black or African American LGBTQ plus emerging adults, and this is a study that is psychological in nature, just to give an FYI. So just to give a little bit of background, prior research has examined the effects of religious participation on various mental health outcomes. However, within the realm of clinical psychology, an intersectional approach is a bit more rare. And intersectional just means approaches that kind of look at the varying identities that an individual may possess. With that being said, African Americans are one of the most religious subgroups within the United States, and this typically results in psychological benefits of various kinds. Nevertheless, internal conflict can also occur if that individual also identifies as LGBTQ+, for the fact that Christianity is often interpreted as intolerant of homosexuality or homosexual behavior, as well as gender variance, and this could lead to decreased emotional or psychological well-being. There's also an added importance of the emerging adulthood time period, because identity centrality, so basically the identities that one really holds close to them, is formed around this time period through exploration, making this time period also have significant psychological distress. So our hypotheses are that religiosity will be correlated with fewer symptoms of depression and anxiety, as well as faith community acceptance will also be correlated with fewer symptoms of depression and anxiety. So in terms of methods, we have currently 63 participants that qualified total, and all of these participants are self-identified as African American as well as LGBTQ+, and they are all within the emerging adulthood age range of 18 to 25. And these participants were recruited from a public university's research participant pool, as well as affinity groups that serve the LGBTQ+ community in the surrounding areas. And this study was a survey via Qualtrics and looked at the measures of religious, sexual, gender, and race-related identity, as well as perceptions of LGBTQ+ affirmation from the religious community and family, and current depressive and anxiety symptoms. So results indicated that there is a negative correlation between religious identity and depression with trend level significance, and an R of negative 0.253 and a P of 0.062, as well as a positive correlation between depressive symptoms and anxious or anxiety symptoms, and an R of 0.783 and a P of 0.00. So with that being said, hypothesis 1 is only partially supported, i.e. only supported with depressive symptoms and not anxiety symptoms, and there is no familial acceptance correlation. However, because there aren't quite as many participants as we would have originally liked, this could be due to the fact that the study might be a little bit significant or statistically underpowered. So with that being said, there is a few different things that are kind of note. So first, there is an importance of adaptation of research to marginalized communities, simply for the fact that not every amount of research really applies to everybody, and so it's kind of good to gain a wider perspective and fill in these gaps in research. Second, this study tests how religious, racial, and sexual/gender identities can intersect and serve as either protection or risk for depression and anxiety in the African American community, which is really good to know because, then we can help this community go towards the best possible outcomes available. And finally, there is a need to establish partnerships with community-based organizations, and for reasons that are kind of based in history and things of that nature. Sometimes certain groups are less forthcoming to being a part of research and institutionalized kind of things like that. And so there's really, especially now in this day and age, a need to establish these partnerships with these communities. So we have reached the end, and thank you to UNCG ERSCO for funding this, and thank you to the Caminos Lab.